November 25th. Is that correct? Yeah.
You got
25th. 1 month away. And we just might have Santa on this show for all you kids out there. I'm serious. I
Right.
had a little talk with Santa over the weekend, and he said he would come on the set. And so if you want to send in your Christmas list, go ahead, feel free. Post Office Box 154.
There's mine.
Okay. Brown Super Bowl. We'll see what we can do.
Keep dreaming.
It is cold out there, isn't it, Chuck?
Oh, I'll tell you. Hey, look at that weather.
That weather.
A little nippy out there. Windows running.
Chilly. You talk about chilly. I went out to run this morning, and I wasn't dressed warm. I just came back in and said, heck with it. I used to go out and all that stuff, but maybe I got to wear a few more layers of clothing.
I'll tell you.
We'll zoom up the weather in a minute or so. How'd your weekend go?
Kind of hectic. You know, kind of some highs and lows, but well, I'll tell you.
All my kids are sick.
Yeah?
Yeah, you were there.
Join the crowd.
I'll tell you, it's terrible.
Maybe it's due to the weather.
Cloudy, chance of flurries, temperature 24, wind chill -2. Wind is 17 miles an hour from the west, humidity is 77%, and the barometer is 30.90 inches. Now, Corey Waite wanted me to mention when I do the barometric pressure, the other day I said 30.7, and it was 30.07.
Okay.
And he said, that could, if someone's just listening that first break, and they hear 30.7, and they hear you say 30.07, they could really freak out. I mean, I would freak out over...
Well, that barometric pressure will do it to you every time, I'll tell you.
I'll talk about this flu outbreak. My daughter Maria stayed home on Thursday, and then, my daughter Margie had it, the 4-year-old had it on Wednesday, and it was like she had the 12-hour bug. Got rid of it. Marie had it Thursday, stayed home from school, a little bit Friday. And then Melissa came down a little bit with it Saturday and yesterday, and now 2 of them have it and 1 doesn't, and
You're just having all kinds of fun.
Yeah, my mom always had this little, this is an old antique bell she got from Italy, and my mom was born in Italy, and we would ring it in case we needed something. We had it on the footstool, because you got the sore throat and you don't feel like yelling for somebody. So I get my one daughter all set up, and as soon as I turn around, she rings the bell. And I said, "What now?" I need another pillow. I said, "Well, you could have told me that. You don't have a sore throat." And so then she kept ringing the bell like 3 times in 1 minute. I said, "It's gotta quit." So she got to sleep on the couch downstairs since she was sick, right by our bedroom. And so she rang the bell about 2 in the morning, and she said, "I've got a temperature of 109." And I ran out of bed, stubbed my toe, and here, I'm getting cold packs and don't know what to do. Call my sister, call a nurse or somebody, and here it was 100.9. Those decimal points are killing you out there.
Yeah, well, go back to Corey with the barometric pressure. Now, if you're going to get it right, you have maybe we'll have a little class up here on how to read a thermometer, too. So.
Or on putting the decimal point in the right spot.
Yeah.
A few of the area briefs I'll give you. In North Ridgeville, a fire of undetermined cause, thank you, last night, damaged Dreco Incorporated, a plastics molding company in North Ridgeville. Firefighters said the blaze started in the 90,000 square foot building at 7887 Road at 6 p.m. last night. The fire was extinguished within 15 minutes, and the damage was estimated at $500. So that would be not nice, but at least
as far as fires go,
right.
It'd be all right.
The holiday spirit sprouts with the giving tree at the Midway Mall. This is a tree that people can pick cards which contain lists of clothing and other special toys, and then they buy the gift, they wrap it at the mall, and then they send that gift to the child or people in need of the clothing or toys. So that's nice. The information number there is 324-6610. So if you want to give the Midway Mall a call, you can do that. There's a free workshop. Okay, let me go to this museum. all right. It's Monday morning. It's kind of rough. I tell you, I poured a cup of coffee and I didn't even drink it, and I just had a sip and it's cold. And maybe our secretary can, if Robin Beal's up, give her a call and send her in. No. The Lorraine County Historical Society will present an international holiday exhibit from December 8th through December 20th. You ever go to those museum exhibits? They're kind of interesting. They're real interesting. Your brother's a history teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'd be interested, I'm sure. Okay, boy, I just lost my place there. It'd be in the Hickories Museum, 509 Washington Avenue. Elyria rooms in the museum, a restored mansion, will be decorated to reflect the holiday traditions of different ethnic groups. Admission will be $2 for adults, 50 cents for children. Children under 5 will be admitted free. You got any under 5? Yeah, Jake's
Yeah,
that'll be nice. 50 cents for the kids. Yeah, that's good.
They get allowance money so they can pay their own way.
For more information on the museum, call 322-3341 between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Lorraine man was arrested by Lorraine police last night because he was driving without his headlights, Chuck. I mean, that can happen in this...
He just like leave them at home or what?
Well, yeah, I don't know. After he was arrested for driving without, or stopped without the headlights, he was arrested for stealing his friend's car. Kind of a sad note around Christmas time, isn't it?
I'll tell you.
As Sabres was being arrested, another man called police to report his car stolen, according to the police report. Okay. Lorraine Community College free workshop orientation will be held from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays, December 2nd to the 13th. The workshop gives help and support to women who are returning or returning to college after being away from academics for a long time. That's kind of nice. Get you back in the... So I'm surprised we didn't have somebody to help us on this show to get us back in
the weekend.
Yeah, there you go. Past participants have been as young as 22 and as old as 63. So to sign up, call the College Special Needs Office at 365-LCCC. I love those numbers that have the letters at the end, like 265 HELP or something. Or
we could have used some of that right now. But
yeah, we could use a lot of that right now. Or call 233-7244 in Lorraine, extension 464. And let's see. Well, let's go to First Sports, Chuck.
We'll give you the sports headlines this morning. Big win yesterday for the Browns at the stadium against Kansas City, a 20-15 win. Big plays of the game. The Chiefs bumbling all over the field. 5 turnovers, uncharacteristic of a Marty Schottenheimer team. But the Browns built up a lead and held on at the end. They got a little hairy after the last 3 games that they've been playing.
Hairy?
No pun intended. Leroy Horde with a 71-yard TD reception. And boy, he has really turned out to be quite a ball player. Maybe he's inspired by that Michigan win this weekend. But the win put the Browns at 5-7 for the season. The Chiefs fall to 7-5. In other AFC Central action, Pittsburgh with a 26-14 win over Houston at home. Warren Moon intercepted 5 times, so we knew that he was ready after last week. We should have got him last week.
Way to bring those Steelers around, Schreiber.
5-7 now for the Steelers. They're tied with the Browns, and although Houston has clinched at least a tie for the AFC Central title, they couldn't clinch it yesterday. So maybe we just keep holding them off, and Christmas season, maybe miracles do happen. But and then the Raiders with a 38-14 win over the Bengals.
Yeah.
Cincinnati falling to 1-11 on the season. And L.A. did that despite only throwing for 19 yards total passing yesterday. So
what a ground attack.
Well, there was turnovers.
Defense,
Ronnie Lott, couple interceptions. Tim Brown with a big punt return for a touchdown. So the wheels are falling off there in Cincinnati, but
they've been off.
We could care less, really.
And Jeannie down at Dairy Mart, take that Bengals sign down. They win one game and you think you're back in the hunt.
But then this weekend, of course, Michigan just all over Ohio State, 31-3. Desmond Howard, the Heisman Trophy. Well, they call him the candidate, but he's going to win it. He had a 93-yard
Heisman Howard
return.
Heisman Howard.
And John Cooper got a 3-year contract extension. You figure that one out. So
I guess if we do a terrible job, we might get an
I
extension.
think if it got
for-
beat like 62-3, maybe they'd give him 6 years.
You know what upsets me? How can you not? I want to talk about Michigan and Ohio State a little bit. There's so many players on that team from Michigan that are from Ohio. You know, Howard's from not Westlake, but
He's from St. Joe's.
St. Joe.
With Elvis Gerbach. the quarterback.
You know, his quarterback, and Ricky Powers from Akron, and who's a couple linemen.
All their stars primarily.
And how many do we have from Ohio? Well, we got Pickens.
And
He
he's
doesn't
not
play,
even playing,
you know?
so.
And they should have been playing him throughout the season when we were crushing some of these teams by big numbers, or we really not. We didn't get our butts beat too bad this year. We had close games,
Yeah.
but play the kid.
I don't know.
He's going to transfer, and we're going to lose.
Well,
him.
one of the reasons, Mac, that they said they gave him the contract extension was for recruiting purposes. And Desmond Howard this weekend came out and said that at the time he was being recruited, the Buckeyes had just fired Earl Bruce and John Cooper was there. He didn't want to come in for that transition. He wanted to go to a program that had the foundation and was established. So maybe that was their thinking too. They have to have some solid backing there from the coaching staff for them to go out and recruit to these guys and say, hey, you know, we've got these guys, we're going to stay, we made a commitment, and here's going to be the coach for your duration. So,
Now, what was the reason that Ricky Powers didn't come here?
well, Ricky Powers didn't want to come here because
Robert
Robert Smith,
Smith.
they were not the best of friends, and he waited for Smith to sign, and he went to Michigan.
So where's Robert Smith now?
So now he's going to go to USC,
Oh,
and now
sign
maybe we can get Ricky Powers to transfer.
I doubt that. Jeez.
Hey, we have a little trivia question this morning. We're going to give away a turkey like we had mentioned last week, and we'll give it to the first correct caller after the break. And we'd like to see if anyone's out there up and about in this snowy, cold November morning. Our trivia question this morning would be, what was the home address of the Munsters? Be the first correct caller after the break. And you'll win that turkey sponsored, donated by Geyer's Super Value.
There you go. The home address of the Munsters.
First call after the break, so call back at about 6:47 and...
What, do we got a minute, Carl? 1 minute. Okay, what do you think? Okay. 1 minute, okay.
Okay.
I want to mention about the turkey trot in Amherst. Okay. Bill Penton never missed a turkey trot. That's a 10-kilometer race at Lorraine Community College. And if the Amherst man wasn't running the race, he was cheering the family members on. On Thanksgiving Day, the 20th annual running of this event will go on without Penton, who died at age 63 in March. And Penton was the initiator of this race. And it's a great little race if you can get up there. He says he thought it'd be fun to give out fruit as gift to racers, give apples and fruit baskets and so on. This year's race will begin at 10 o'clock on the college campus at 9 a.m. Oh, it says races begins at 9. Okay. Registration at 9 a.m. near the college field house. There's no advance registration. $2 registration will be collected. Morning of the race. Trophies will be given to the top members, ribbons, and other items.
Let's go to a break and we'll try and get you that trivia question.
Okay. Sunshiny day. Gotcha. Okay, you didn't know we were coming on. We used to do that on TV. That
Goober.
Goober.
Goober did.
There it
We
was.
got a call, I think.
We got one. Okay,
let's
let's
pick it up and see if we have a winner for that turkey.
pick up the phone. Give us a call.
Thanksgiving coming up this week.
Morning, TV 12.
Yeah, I'd like to answer the trivia question.
Okay.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
You got it. Who do we have?
You are correct, oh great one. Who are we speaking with?
Jason Lechner.
Jason. How you doing? Jason.
Pretty good.
How you spell your last name?
Lechner.
Lechner, right?
You got
Yep.
it.
Okay.
You watch the show every morning?
You do. Do you like it?
Before I
you
go
had
to
to say
school.
yes, or you wouldn't have won the turkey, so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we just put our name in there instead. No. If you want to come up, let's see. You know where the offices are up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, come on in after school, or if you want to stop up before school, we can give you that gift certificate, all right?
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye.
Pass the word, babe.
All right,
Okay.
bye.
There you go.
Way to go, Jason Leitner. Jason Leitner.
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
I didn't know that. You know, when I was talking about the other day about surprises in the animal world, you know, about the Chinese four-eyed turtle, you know, only has
Yeah.
2 eyes in that. They had another couple little ditties in here, Chuck. If you're visiting the Bahama Islands, it has 700 islands. 700. The Philippine Islands, 7,100. Quite a few, isn't it, Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it. I've never been there.
Indonesia Islands, 13,000 islands. And the Oceania Islands, 20,000 islands. You could visit an island a day for the rest of your life, almost. Well, pretty good.
Maybe Wilt Chamberlain should go to those islands. 20,000.
20,000 islands. Okay. Here's some early milestones in a baby's life. These are interesting little things I always read to my, kids, and they, oh yeah, just make the mind work a little bit. The 7th day, you have some response of sound. 7th day. 1 1/4 months, smiles in response to stimulation. Rub the shoulder, smile, okay? Okay, in 1 1/2 months, it coos. So it goes, and in just those 2 weeks there, you go from a smile to a coo.
To a pigeon. Speaking of turkeys, we'll have another giveaway tomorrow.
Right.
So.
Okay, in the 5th month, it turns towards the ringing of a bell. Okay. In the 8th month, it says Dada Mama. Okay, our chief is still learning that one out there. 9th month understands the word no. Always didn't like that. Why don't you say yes instead of being negative, saying no?
They'd be easy.
True. 11th and 12th months says first and second real words, which is
Go Brown.
Give money. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. There's a bill to get Ohio jobs rolling. The highway bill will provide over 30,000 new construction jobs for Ohioans. That's a lot of construction.
A lot of guys standing there waving that.
Oh boy, waving that flag.
Waving that
a lot
thing.
A
and
lot of
saying,
women out there too, working on it.
Stop or slow. Okay.
I saw a gentleman this weekend in Wellington that knew a couple construction workers that your brother and I knew when we worked up in Lakewood on the gymnasiums. So Cal Burns said hi to your brother Greg, and Teddy. He didn't know Teddy. Teddy Kazmarek or something. I forget the guy's name. Okay. Fortunately, the House adopted the Senate version of the unemployment bill. The House version was based on a formula factored on the percentage of unemployment for the entire state. Ohio's unemployment figure is below the national level. And let's see, it says the Senate bill has made the additional 13 weeks funding retroactive as of February 1991, and I'm sure Camera One will appreciate that fact in the about unemployment. Okay, since U.S. Republican Don Pease, Democrat of Overland, announces retirement, his slot on the coveted Ways and Means Committee will come up for grabs. The Ways and Means Committee is one of the most powerful committees in Congress. It deals mainly with taxes. And Republican James Traficant, Democrat from Youngstown, the controversial member of Congress, who authors many of the Buy American provisions in the House, wants his seat. Traficant is viewed as an outsider by the House leadership and many of his own colleagues. I can never figure that out, but he is a rebel.
Yeah.
I think he should do something with that hair too.
Yeah.
You like James Traficant? He's got a lot of good points.
Yeah, he does. But on top of his head, I like that.
Excuse me. Let's see. There's Deborah Norville. You remember Norville from Channel 3, NBC? She did the Today Show. The blonde.
Never got up that early until we were on. So.
Well, Deborah Norville said radio is okay, but she wants her TV job back. Television is my future, despite what everyone says. I definitely have a face for radio. She definitely does not have a face for radio. Oh boy.
A face for radio.
Yeah. That's what
I
she
like
said.
that one.
Oh, no, she says television is in my future. Despite everyone who says I have a face for radio. Okay, when I clipped out here, I kind of went on a little clip rampage, and despite. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, she had a baby about a year ago, and she left the set of the Today Show, and then Katie Couric came in and sat in for Deborah, and then Katie's response was so great that they didn't ask Deborah to come back.
Yeah.
And then Deborah took Jane Pauley's place to begin with.
There was a rumor that Deborah was trying to get an application for TV12, but
well,
we're not trying to verify that.
That's what we heard. We heard a little bit of that, but we're not going to promote that, because if you happen to promote, that's a felony if you promote something like that. Did you know that?
I didn't say anything.
I know that. Because the operator of a karate school was accused of falsely promoting a tournament using Chuck Norris as a drawing card. So we're not using Deborah Norville as a drawing card, although we might have some, never know, Jan Jones might have just happened to stop in one morning, and we'll let you know about that. But Frank Artis was arrested Friday and charged with obtaining money under false pretenses. He runs his karate school and tournament in Princeton, West Virginia, and he promoted that old Chuck Norris was coming in for the tournament.
Well, obviously Chuck didn't show up if he knew nothing about it, so.
Oh, isn't that a shame,
Yeah,
huh?
that is.
And there might be a Child's Play 2. Not Child's Play. Home Alone. You ever seen
There
that?
already has been a Child's Play too.
Yeah. Is there a 3 out?
I think so.
You ever seen that movie?
I don't watch those kind of movies.
Neither do I, but my kids, they're
I wouldn't let your kids watch
they
it.
stay at a friend's house, big slumber party, and they come home telling me about these shows, and geez, I tell you.
No, not my cup of tea.
No, me neither. I don't like scary movies.
Yeah.
I don't like to be
I like the old scary movies.
Yeah.
With Boris Karloff in
Or
them.
with what's his name, Rathbone and
Basil Rathbone.
Thank
there
you.
you go. Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
There
That's
you
what I
go.
was thinking. Okay. Anyways, the child star from Home Alone is they're talking about having another Home Alone 2. Did you see that movie? Home Alone.
Yes, I did.
No, that
It
was
kind of
okay.
funny.
That was funny.
He was on wasn't he the guest star on Saturday Night Live this weekend, I believe?
What was he doing up that late?
Oh, I don't know. Guess when you make that kind of money, it doesn't really matter. So
But he says, hey, they can't make it without me, and he hates all the attention he's been getting.
I know if my kids
From
made
that-
that kind of money, I'd let them stay up as long as they want to. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you got to do
they
that.
watch all the scary movies they want. Hell, they can make anyone they want either. So
Okay, it's 6:59. Let's get today's Chuck Lynn and the lottery numbers. Whoever said that talk is cheap never dialed a 900 number. Whoever said talk is cheap never dialed 900. Okay.
okay.
And the numbers for we don't have numbers.
Well, maybe he'll flash in there for us. At the
Maybe
break.
he will.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll come back, and if you want to call in, just let us know how your Monday's going. Feel free to call in. And
We'll see you after the break.
yeah. How's the morning? Welcome back to Good Morning Lorraine County. How you doing, Chuck?
All right.
It's November 25th, 1991. Time is 7:04. So set your watches to TV 12 time. What color is your shirt?
It's white.
Always looks a little different. Nice white with a
A
little,
little pattern in
green
there.
pins. Can we get a close-up on that?
Kind of a plain tie today, but
Why is that?
just a plain old day.
Want to mention that you're on vacation?
On vacation this week.
Isn't that nice? On vacation, gets up and...
Trying to do a little aluminum siding. Anybody knows anything about it, stop down at the house.
Okay. So how'd that go this weekend?
Oh, boy, it was rough.
Oh, boy. Went out in my... Well, forget it. I won't tell you what I did. But, remember 20 years ago that D.B. Cooper, does that name ring a bell to
Yeah,
you?
it does.
It's the 20th anniversary. Well, speaking of anniversaries, behind camera one, Carl and Sherry Given having their second anniversary. And a nice little hand there for Carl.
Give Carl the TV12 salute this morning.
All right, let's
Can
do that
anybody
right
live
now.
with Carl for 2 years? Sherry, we give you the salute.
That kills me. I don't know
Telling
why. Anyways, this is the 20th anniversary of D.B. Cooper's Skyjack death, or, they didn't know if he died or not.
Never
they
could
still
find
put,
the body.
But I thought that was pretty interesting when he. You know how much money he had when he jumped out of the plane?
I have no idea.
$200,000. Inflation. Where would
That
that?
was a lot of money 20 years ago.
Yeah, where would that get you now? You wouldn't have to be a couple million, I imagine.
Yeah.
There was a shooting rampage in Kansas City, Chuck. This is kind of.
These
Kinda
people
wild, I
shoot,
tell
I'll
you.
tell you that.
Man went on a rampage at his ex-girlfriend's apartment, stabbing her son to death. I don't want to read that. I just read the beginning of that, and 2 teens dying.
These morbid things out of here. Let's talk about some.
Well, it's okay. Okay.
Go back to sports if you want to talk about something.
I will do that in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Uh,
Get rid of that snowberries upper New York too.
Dr. Death shut down. I was just picking out news clips.
See, you had a pretty bad weekend.
Ex-hostages and
Okay.
Oberlin College settles dispute. Okay.
Okay. What happened there?
Pickets and Oberlin College officials have resolved the dispute between Carpenter's Local 305 and the college over non-union subcontractors. So that's nice that
We have one of those subcontractors on the
he
phone.
might be
right here.
calling as we speak. Good morning, TV 12.
Mr. McMahon.
Mr. Wait, hold on. Dixon. Matt, no, keep talking. I'll get it. What would you
I
like?
just got to make a comment on the music during the break.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather go back to the sunshiny day thing.
Oh, the whole time we don't hear what they're playing
What are they
back.
playing today?
Some polka stuff.
Oh, polka stuff. Okay, well, who am I speaking with?
Dave Sumter.
Oh, Dave, I should know that. Sounds like we have a little echo this morning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I didn't recognize one of our avid callers here. Well, what would you like to hear? If you could have any kind of song on there you want? You want Twisted Sister or something, or?
I don't know anything but what was on.
That was that bad, huh?
Anything but what was
Yeah.
on.
Well, maybe we'll turn it up during the break and see what he was playing over there, and try to get on top of that.
Alright.
Okay?
Yeah.
How's school going?
Not bad.
Anybody sick in your family?
My brother was.
Oh, well, say a prayer for him.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And help him out when he's sick. Okay? See
Nah,
you-
that's alright.
Give me a little bell to ring.
Hey, you know anybody in Kipton, Rochester, down that way?
No,
Okay, that's good. They don't sell birdseed down there? What?
I don't know.
Well, have them call in, because no one ever calls from Kipton or
Chef's the only one.
South Amherst, or
That really doesn't count.
maybe we should go on a little tour,
If you want.
Okay.
if we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent. You can be my
Thanks for the
agent.
call.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Alright, bye.
Does not like the music.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we ought to have those couples across the street there in the square stop dancing then. That little polka.
I think you're right there,
Yeah.
Chuck. Okay.
Get that little accordion out.
Yeah. Accordion. Huh. You know, every Christmas time they come out with toys that pose a hazard with youngsters as far as choking, and or maybe you don't know.
Yeah.
But
Having kids, I know a lot about those things.
But the survey shows that while most toys with small parts have labels indicating that they shouldn't be played with by kids of certain ages, few carry a warning that the toy contains small parts that may pose a hazard of choking. Yeah, That's a good idea. Choking on balloons, marbles, and small toys or parts of toys continue to be the leading cause of toy-related deaths. And I hate balloons around my house. I've never liked balloons around my house. I hate it when people give away balloons. Why don't you give away an apple or something? A balloon.
Choke on an apple too.
At least it's healthy for you.
Think about that.
Okay. Some of the toys were the Sesame Street nursery set that they have components that come apart. The Tara Toy Corporation of Happiche, New York, and let's see, the Jeep 4x4 that also has some parts, steering wheels, and other things
Jeez, oh
that,
man.
that come apart. We're
There's
gonna,
quite a list on there.
yeah, but we'll come and give you a number you can call to check on some of
Maybe
these.
someone's calling about a toy.
Good morning, TV 12.
Yeah, why don't you play the Michigan Fight song?
Rick Horvath.
No kidding.
No.
The leech. The leech bed.
Well, at least we got Leroy Horde out of him.
Yeah, geez, I tell you what.
That was a pretty good game now, you gotta admit.
Which game?
Michigan.
Why would we ever admit to that?
Oh, well. Better luck next year, or the next 3.
No, I don't think so. I heard that at the end of the game, the Michigan fans were cheering about the extension that Cooper got.
Sure were.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Where they going, the toilet bowl?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Hall of Fame Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you guys
I'll tell you
know.
what, though, Rick. I think that, I think, we got to pull for everybody in the Big Ten now that's in a bowl game. So, if you hope that we win the Hall of Fame Bowl, I'll hope that you guys win the Rose Bowl.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, he knows me better than that.
I know, I was setting you up for that one. But,
Okay.
I'll tell you what, you were a pretty good little running back in your day, too, weren't you?
They had football back then?
Number 31.
Yeah, you got
Correct?
it.
Yeah.
You're 31, right?
How about them Lions?
Hey, baby, I'll
Lions
tell
are
you.
playing-
Yeah, that's right.
playing
8 and
good.
4 now, aren't they?
Yeah,
That's
8
good.
and 4.
Yeah.
Hey, how about doing that little dog bark they used to? And
Got a cold, I can't.
just try it once, please.
I got a cold, I
Just
can't.
try it.
No way.
He will not do the barking dog.
That's it. Do the nicest little poodle.
It's
Don't
a tie-in with the Browns, so he won't do it.
All right, thanks for calling, Rick.
Yeah,
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
I always used to do that little.
I don't understand why the guy's such a big Michigan fan. I mean, he has been. I went to school with him, and he's always loved Michigan. The Tigers, the Lions.
You like the Tigers,
Well, yeah, but, I got to put those things in perspective there.
but you're a tribe man. at
Oh,
heart.
that's right. I'd much rather see the Indians win than anybody in Detroit.
That's right.
So.
I'll tell you, we'd break every attendance record known to man if the tribe would win.
Some games.
Right.
Any games.
Any game. I know.
Jeez.
Speaking of the tribe, let's go to sports and see what's.
We've got no news on the tribe, but we've got news in the scoreboard.
Before you get to sports, what about the Swindell trade? The
Some
pitcher.
people like it, some don't. It's my
No, I didn't
opinion.
say what about this and that. What about you? What do you think?
What do I think about the
Yeah.
trade? Well, it's a trade that had to be made. They obviously couldn't sign him, and to get what they got for him may seem a little bit shady right now. But you got to give these guys an opportunity to pan out too. And nowadays it seems like, the Indians get a bad rap for developing talent and then letting it get away. But
Real bad rap.
yeah, Swindell, how can you justify what he wanted? They made a contract offer to him in the neighborhood of $3-4 million a year. So,
How do you turn that down?
well, he
How
just
about-
wanted to go elsewhere.
You know what his favorite food and beverage is?
No, what was it?
Kurt Gott told me this little piece of information: pizza and beer. I mean, you eat pizza and beer, you're going to come in overweight in spring training, and it's just not going to work. What about that hockey player that turned down $30 million?
Yeah.
Who was that? What was his name?
Lindros.
Look at that. We didn't even talk about
Eric
this.
Lindros, yeah.
What a mind, what a brain.
And Quebec wants him, and he's
How-
thumbing his nose at
How
him.
can you turn down $30 million?
Well,
What's the reason?
if you're not happy, what are you happy doing what you do? If someone gave you $30 million,
Okay, yeah, let's get to the sports.
Well, let's get to the sports. Yeah, yesterday, a lot of upsets in the NFL. Washington losing to Dallas 24-21. Cowboys ruined the perfect season for the Redskins after all that talk about it. Detroit 34-14 over Minnesota. Barry Sanders 4 touchdowns and 220 yards rushing, so he really lit it up. Other games that we'd already mentioned, the AFC games. Miami with a 16-13 win over Chicago. That was an overtime game. And watch that one. That was really a game that Chicago blew. Had a bad snap on a punt with 2 minutes left, and Miami came back to beat them in the snow and cold up there. It's the first win that Miami has with against a team with a winning record this season. So there was a lot of doubts about them. They're back in the playoff chase. Giants with a 21-14 win over Tampa Bay. Jeff Hostetler with a broken bone in his back in there, and we'll try and keep you posted on that as far as what his condition is. Philadelphia 34-14 over Phoenix. Eagles defense was just crushing them. Oh, Bud Carson, Mac, he's got the talent there, so we shouldn't give him all the credit. Seattle 13-10 win over Denver, and the Jets 24-3 over San Diego. And last night Atlanta in overtime 23-20 over the Saints. So tonight's game, San Francisco at LA against the Rams, used to be a big marquee matchup, but now a lot of glitter off of that one with the records and the teams in disarray as they are. And this week we have a couple of games too, Thursday and Thanksgiving naturally. It's going to be Pittsburgh at Dallas, and the Detroit Lions always are the Thanksgiving host to Chicago. So that'll be a big NFC Central matchup. Maybe our buddy Rick Horvath could give us a little insight on that one. So that's kind of a look at the NFL and sports, and we're going to get ready to go to a break right now, and we'll talk to you in a couple of minutes.
Oh, gee, I was kind of mesmerized just watching you there, Chuck. You look really good on TV. Maybe I could get your autograph.
How's that USC fight song go?
How about this little bit of America here? See that? I wanted to talk to you about that later.
Okay.
How about this? Second, they have coke letter with the inmates.
I didn't see that.
They've been sending coke from the jail to prosecuting attorneys. Are we still on? We got that. I heard a little bit of music there. It wasn't polka music, so.
Okay.
I hope the Sumters are dancing in the streets this morning. Okay. I'd like to say hi to Bill the mailman. I saw Bill over at Caricosa's Best Auto the other day and came in. You know, the guy very rarely talks. It was nice to hear. You know, that Bill liked the show.
All right.
You know, he's kind of a quiet guy. Hey, I really like the show. He tapes it. A lot of people are taping it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Sometimes I wish we could tape it.
yes. God, there's someone I'm forgetting to mention. Oh, I'll remember tomorrow. Gosh darn it.
I'm so upset about it.
Well,
It'll be all
it was a
right.
nice lady. I'll remember it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Judy Shepard at the store. Let's see, when was that? Friday. And Judy thought we could do a little fine arts segment, you know, once a week or something.
Why not?
And so Judy, get your fine arts ready, and
We'll even do not so fine arts. Hey, back at the stadium yesterday, saw some guys that hadn't seen in a long time. A couple of your old friends, as far as namesakes are concerned. Chris Lloyd was up from Florida.
way to go, Chris.
He took in the game, still a devout Browns fan.
Down there in what?
Yeah.
Tampa?
Yeah, he's down in that area down there.
St.
Maybe we
Pete.
get him to call in. I gave him our toll-free number so we can get our first Florida call. Pete Aldridge.
Pete, baby.
Pete took some shots yesterday. More hitting going on in the stands than there were actually on the field. Big pile-ups, beer throwing, you know, people throwing.
Oh.
The guys were flying around like mannequins. People going up second, third row just passed between, you know, they couldn't get through the aisleway, so they would just jump, you know, just take the running jump to try and get in. But
There's the
always a good time up there.
Here's our phone number, 647-3878, and the toll-free number, 1-800-272-2985. Did they have dwarf tossing?
Yeah, there was, well, guys could qualify for that. There were some small guys getting thrown around, too, so they really don't play any favorites up there.
I'm not that small.
Okay.
Okay.
A good time had by all.
How's Pete doing?
After yesterday, I don't think he's doing as well as he was before the game, so took some real shots out there.
7:22 after the hour of 7 o'clock in the morning. I started to read this last week, and you know, we just kind of set it aside. But I kind of went through it. I want to, you know, go through it in a little more
You can
detail.
make that toy list, too.
Yeah, we'll come up with a number that you can call in with. Well, let's see, that 4x4 Jeep made by Power Wheels Kransko Group. There's no address available to contact them. The Sesame Street Swing Box made by Sandberg, Chicago. No telephone listing there. Wonder why they don't have a phone.
Probably in the back of a semi, just...
Vanilla Kitty Scented Ice Cream.
That doesn't even sound good.
Pets. Leader Toy Corporation, New York, made in China. No telephone listing for company. Sayonara. Okay. Pull along, Intelligence Wooden Play Bench, manufactured, not labeled. That's kind of like having this broadcast without call letters or phone.
Yeah.
You know, just put it out there.
Just send the money. That's...
Yeah. Kind of like us, huh?
Yeah.
And this was the Buy a Bit of America Can Be Yours for $10, where I read about getting a legal title for 1 square inch of land in each state.
Mhm.
Okay? In hopes of winning the Christmas Gift Novelty Sweepstakes, Scott Moger bought an acre in every state. He's selling the land in packages of 51-inch plots, of which he has about 6.3 million of these plots. It's the ultimate passive investment. No taxes, no insurance, no premiums, no mortgages, no payments, no cutting the grass. Of course, title holders maybe we just won't do this one again. Maybe we'll try it some other day.
Oh boy, we're headed for another promo, I think. With
I
all
don't
this.
know.
Hey, I had a lot of comments last week about Sammy Davis Jr. calling in, his ghost rather. I don't want to get people excited that Sammy actually called in, but
That was
pretty good.
I was.
We're gonna have one of these days. We're gonna have like a celebrity call-in sound-alike and give a prize away. I think.
I've got a.
Just as, they said, as long as you quit singing, we'd be all right. You were really wound up last week.
Tight as a drum. Tight as a drum. I see that the kids over in Medina are coming out with their own cookbooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a common complaint about kids is they're picky eaters. But pupils at Garfield Elementary School in Medina believe there's nothing wrong with their appetites. Okay? Adults just don't know what the kids like. What they're
What are
telling
some
us.
of the? They have some of their favorites down there.
To get to
No?
to get the point across, the students are compiling Garfield's Creative Cooking for Kids, which contains more than 100 recipes by and for kids. Though the cookbook probably won't be sold until January, the Garfield students spent last week preparing and tasting last week's recipes and award-winning prizes. Okay?
All right.
And pizza emerged as the favorite.
I can believe that.
My daughter came up with her 3 favorite foods. Pizza, macaroni and cheese, and what was the third one? I don't know, but I didn't know she'd like the things she mentioned that much. Then they had marshmallows and whipped cream were also favorites. Oh, I've never had that. Have you?
Oh.
Huh. And
Kids eat the darndest things.
they do, combined with everything from fruits and vegetables to peanut butter. So,
We've got to copy that one.
yeah, we'll get you a little address out there for you. There was French dip. There was a special French dip recipe there. Hear about that? The inmate that's been sending these mails from the county jail to county prosecutor Greg White, and he sent one out to a judge. I don't have the name of the judge, but James Teague sent. He's in there on a life sentence, and he's been sending out cocaine that he bought in jail from the guards and mailing it to.
From the guards.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what he says. We're not saying that, but I thought you'd buy it out and take it in rather than buy it in and take it out. Seems a little hard to
But
understand.
he sent it to the prosecutor.
Yeah, to show him how the system needs a lot more improvement out there. I don't know. What do you think about that? I'm not going to get on the soapbox about this one, so we don't
No.
need a tight shot.
Could you believe a convict anyway?
No, what are you talking about? Okay, let's go back with the last look at sports.
We
Chuck,
got a
before
little
we-
interesting tidbit here. Speaking of whetting your appetite, we have George Foreman in the news. You know where Bo Jackson does that air thing? Well, George is doing the food thing. He's in order to try and sell his December 7th spot with Jimmy Ellis. He has a TV spot called Running George. He promotes the HBO bout as he jogs through the city, shades of Rocky, while snacking on an apple, a donut, a burger, and a pizza. He also carries barbecued chickens and a 5-foot hoagie with him, so that George, he can pack it away, can he?
That was my Rocky.
Yeah, that was
What's
kind of rocky.
What's it say here? The Huron Indian Group reinstates nickname?
The Eastern Michigan, up in Ypsilanti.
Yeah, was that something? Remember I mentioned something about the...
Yeah, they want the Huron name to be back. There was a big whoop-de-doo about that with the Indian group not wanting them to use the Huron
That's
name.
a
You get a
bunch.
lot of that. What's going on with that? The Atlanta Braves are in trouble now because of the tomahawk chop, and they just picked that up from Florida State. And these Indians, why are they mad about the nicknames? They should be mad at the Pilgrims or whatever. Who came in here and stole their land, for crying out loud?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Eastern Michigan Hurons that did it. Get that chip off your shoulder, for crying out loud. Boy, the Indian group, they get all this publicity, And these people, this has been from years and years ago, and all of a sudden they just can't handle it, so. They want to get the nickname back, I don't know. They said they don't see anything wrong with the tomahawk chop.
No. I was going to read this on Friday, and I thought this was kind of weird. Lyric police on Thursday downplaying the discovery of a purse belonging to a woman who has been missing since October 25th. The missing woman, Miss Abraham, 31, is the mother of 2 children, both of whom are staying with the grandmother on High Street. Police Captain William Cameron said the purse has been at the Empire Tavern about 3 weeks. But he said the discovery of the purse did not mean the police were not intensifying their search for Abram, who was last seen at a gas station near her home. If you're over 18 years of age, you can go wherever you want, Cameron said. If someone is over 18, we don't actively look for them unless there's evidence of foul play. I mean, the purse has been there for 3
And
weeks.
she's still missing.
Yeah, I think we broke that story.
There's
here.
no foul play
No.
involved.
And I hear that Sacramento lost, or they snapped that winning.
Saturday night, they beat Orlando.
You say